Dawn begins to break over the arid lands of southern Africa. After a cold night, the wild world begins to awaken. Beneath a small mound of earth, a predator is waking up. Two powerful claws emerge first from the dark underground burrow. And then, its owner slowly steps out into the morning light. The honey badger is one of the most daring, opportunistic predators here. It is not large in size compared to other savanna animals. But its low, muscular body is built for non-stop digging. Its front claws serve as living shovels against hard soil. Its keen nose continuously reads invisible tracks across the dusty ground. Every scent captured in the breeze could lead to a vital meal. A tiny rodent footprint appears clearly pressed into the soft sand. The same honey badger freezes immediately, focusing on the fresh track. The same honey badger turns its head toward a faint underground movement.
Beneath the soil, something small is actively moving through a tunnel. The vibrations are getting stronger, signaling an imminent arrival. Here comes the badger.
The very first hunt of the day is officially about to begin. It does not require the swift speed of a hunting cheetah. Nor does it need the patient ambush tactics of a lion. Its ultimate weapons are located right beneath its four strong paws. A powerful dig explosively tears open the compact, dry earth. Then comes a second swift dig, sending sand flying backwards. And dozens more rapid digs follow in quick, steady succession. In just a short time, the entire burrow entrance is widened. But the hidden prey has not yet chosen to emerge outside. And that only drives the same honey badger to dig even deeper. Deep inside the sandy tunnel, a small desert gerbil seeks escape.
The gerbil freezes as loose grains of sand fall from above.
The distance between predator and prey is rapidly closing underground. The small desert gerbil rapidly changes direction inside the branching tunnel. The same honey badger stops digging and instantly adjusts its digging angle. Its keen nose helps it accurately judge the path of the prey. Up ahead on the surface, a hidden second burrow exit appears.
The small gerbil suddenly bursts out into the open sandy terrain.
The same honey badger instantly spots the motion and pivots its body. The heavy digging instantly transforms into a fast surface chase. The gerbil is smaller and far more agile over open ground. The small prey makes rapid zigzag turns across the red sand. A dense thorn bush ahead offers a potential safe shelter. But the same honey badger does not slow down at all. The same honey badger charges straight through the sharp, thorny branches.
The gerbil vanishes again into a narrow crack beneath a rock.
Once again, the same honey badger relies on its powerful claws. The loose rock is forcefully levered aside by strong paws. The narrow underground tunnel is now completely exposed from above. The hidden prey is now only a few inches away from reach. A swift, explosive lunge decisively ends the intense underground pursuit. The first meal of the day has finally been secured successfully. But one small rodent provides far too little energy for today. Just a few minutes later, the same honey badger moves on. And ahead lies a far more dangerous hunt, waiting in shadows. Harsh sunlight begins to heat the reddish rocks across the savanna. This is when cold-blooded reptiles become much more active. The same honey badger discovers a fresh serpentine track on sand. The same honey badger begins following the serpentine trail with precision. The snake trail leads straight toward a cluster of warm rocks. A sudden rustling sound echoes from the dry grass nearby. An African cobra slowly slithers out onto the open sandy soil. Recognizing the danger immediately, the cobra raises its upper body. Its wide defensive hood expands fully as a stark warning sign. The same honey badger refrains from attacking immediately. As dawn breaks over the African savanna, a new day begins for its wild inhabitants. High up in an ancient acacia tree lies the stronghold of an extraordinary avian family. Caro, the male secretary bird, stands guard over his family territory. The cobra strikes forward rapidly with lightning speed toward its target. But the deadly strike misses the mark by a nary margin. The same honey badger continues circling rapidly to exhaust its opponent. With every strike from the snake, the acacia tree lies the stronghold of an extraordinary avian family. Caro, the male secretary bird, stands guard. As dawn breaks over the African savanna, a new day begins for its wild inhabitants. High up in an ancient acacia tree lies the stronghold of an extraordinary avian family. Caro, the male secretary bird, stands guard over his family territory. Beside him, Esira carefully checks on their two growing chicks. The hungry young chicks awaken eagerly as warm sunlight hits the nest. Taking flight, Caro descends to the savanna floor to begin the daily hunt. Esira joins her partner on the ground to double their hunting efficiency. Nearby, in a rocky crevice, a deadly predator emerges into the morning sun. Sierra senses a hidden presence lurking beneath the dense grass cover. The secretary bird relies on unmatched agility to confront lethal venom. Caro rushes in instantly to support his mate in the battle. Overwhelmed by dual pressure, the cobra retreats back to its rocky lair. High above, the young chicks remain secure in their acacia stronghold. With danger thwarted, the family unites as twilight settles over the land. On the African savanna, vigilance and unity ensure the survival of the next generation. A wild African scorpion raises its pincers and sting defensively. The same honey badger takes immediate notice, lowering its nose. The scorpion snaps its sharp pincers toward the approaching snout. Yet its opponent is dozens of times larger in body size. A swift paw swat easily knocks the scorpion off balance. The small meal is consumed completely in just a few seconds. Yet the enticing scent of food still lingers around the rocks. Another larger flat stone is flipped over with claw power. A small desert lizard sprints out rapidly into bright sunlight. The same honey badger gives chase immediately between the scattered rocks. The lizard squeezes into a narrow rock crevice to hide. Its claws immediately begin excavating the soil around the rock. The predator does not need to squeeze inside the small space. It simply needs to break apart the structure of the refuge. Forced out from its shelter, the lizard runs out again. But this time, the same honey badger is waiting right outside. A precise, sudden pounce catches the fleeing prey instantly. Another vital bit of energy is added to sustain the day. For the honey badger, prey size is not the main priority. What truly matters in the wild is seizing every opportunity. A single crawling beetle moving through dry leaves. Or a quick skink darting across sun-warmed stones. Or a creature that is substantially larger than before. A broad snake track crosses the soft sand of a riverbed. The same honey badger leans down to sniff the broad trail. The deep serpentine track pressed in sand is extremely fresh. It leads directly toward a massive fallen tree in brush. Beneath the fallen trunk lies a deep, dark, hollow cavity. An African rock python lies coiled inside the shadowy space. It is dramatically larger than the same honey badger. Yet sheer physical size does not deter the predator from approaching. The same honey badger begins digging around the decayed trunk. Losing its shelter, the massive python slowly slides into view. The thick, muscular body of the giant snake forms tight defensive coils. This giant python possesses no deadly venom in its jaws. Its true weapon is its immense power of crushing constriction. The same honey badger cautiously maneuvers toward the snake's head. The rock python makes a massive sudden strike forward. The same honey badger leaps sideways rapidly, spraying dust into air. However, the long, heavy body sweeps across the sand aggressively. A thick, muscular coil briefly wraps around the badger's lower body. The same honey badger twists violently, using its loose, thick skin. Its sharp teeth snap back aggressively toward the python's neck. Under intense pressure, the python's tight coil begins to loosen. The same honey badger successfully breaks free from the constriction. It immediately counters, launching an attack toward the snake's head. The intense battle continues until one opponent runs out of strength. A massive prey secured means sustenance for many hours ahead. As late afternoon arrives, the same honey badger keeps moving. A sweet scent floating on the breeze changes its direction.
Up ahead stands a large hollow dead tree among scrub.
Hundreds of wild honeybees fly around the tree cavity. For most animals, this sight is a severe warning sign. For the same honey badger, it is an irresistible invitation. It immediately begins digging at the soft, decayed tree base. Swarms of guard bees instantly swarm around its head and body. Dozens of painful stings would drive almost any animal away. Yet the same honey badger stubbornly continues tearing wood apart. Powerful claws tear away large chunks of rotten tree bark. The entrance widens rapidly, exposing golden honeycomb inside the tree. The rich scent of fresh honey and wax spreads around. Yet the most nutritious rewards lie even deeper within. The same honey badger reaches its forepaw deep into hive. A large section of glistening honeycomb is forcefully pulled out. It begins feasting on the comb immediately on the ground. The raw honey provides a rich source of immediate energy. The hidden bee larvae inside provide essential protein and fat, a valuable nutritional reward that is well worth enduring stings. After some time, most of the natural hive lies open. A dense cloud of angry bees continues swarming around. Finally, the same honey badger leaves the destroyed beehive behind. It stops nearby to roll vigorously in dry, dusty soil, and continues its journey across the savanna before night falls. When the sun disappears, the honey badger's day does not end. The temperature drops quickly across the dark blue savanna plains. Many small nocturnal rodents begin emerging from their underground burrows. This creates the ideal time for another active night hunt. A faint, rustling noise echoes through the dim moonlight.
A small gerbil is gathering dry seeds near grass.
The same honey badger approaches silently from downwind among grass. The distance between predator and prey shrinks to 10 meters. 8 meters remain as the predator creeps lower to ground. 6 meters remain as the silent approach continues under stars.
Suddenly, the small gerbil freezes and raises its head sharply. It instantly spots the dark shape of the approaching predator. The nocturnal chase begins across the moonlit sandy ground.
The tiny rodent races straight toward its protective burrow entrance. The same honey badger rapidly closes the remaining gap behind. The gerbil dives inside the burrow just a moment ahead. However, the hunt is far from over for this predator. The surrounding darkness does not hinder its digging capability at all. The underground tunnel branches to the left side in soil.
The same honey badger correctly anticipates the direction once again.
The gerbil bursts out from a secondary tunnel exit point, but this time, the distance between them is far too short. A sudden rapid pounce decisively brings the pursuit to an end. A quick night meal before continuing to patrol its territory. And the vast African night is still very long ahead. Hours later, the same honey badger enters rugged, rocky terrain. A fresh, distinct scent catches the attention of the predator. The scent trail leads to a narrow crevice between rocks. Subtle sounds of movement within a rock crevice. A sizable monitor lizard is resting inside the dark shelter. The same honey badger begins excavating dirt around the rock. The scraping sound immediately awakens the sleeping monitor lizard inside. The lizard moves rapidly toward an opening at the back. Predicting the move, the same honey badger spots the motion. The same honey badger sprints around the rock to intercept. The two predators suddenly come face to face at the exit. The monitor lizard forcefully swings its powerful tail in defense. The same honey badger steps back deftly to avoid the blow. It quickly shifts to a flanking approach from the side. The monitor lizard rotates to keep its head toward the enemy. A prolonged, tense standoff ensues among the cold morning rocks. Finally, a slight opening appears as the lizard turns slightly. The same honey badger executes a fast, controlled lunge forward. After a brief struggle, the difficult hunt comes to an end. Along the horizon, the first glow of dawn slowly returns. Nearly a full day of non-stop hunting has now passed. Mice, insects, reptiles, venomous snakes, and wild beehives. The honey badger survives by exploiting almost every opportunity provided. It is certainly not the fastest predator on the savanna. Nor is it the largest or physically strongest animal here. Yet through sheer endurance, powerful claws, and adaptability, the honey badger reigns supreme. That competition can cause both predators to fail in their hunt. Here, lion strength and badger defense neutralized each other's advantage, providing the prey with help exactly when needed most. On the wild grasslands, a few seconds created by conflict are enough to open a path to survival for the weaker animal. In the unforgiving heart of the harsh African savanna, survival is a daily, relentless struggle. A clan of meerkats is already hard at work, scouring the sun-baked earth for their next meal. One designated sentinel takes on the crucial role of protector, standing guard on the open ground. Realizing the ground offers a limited vantage point, this vigilant scout makes a tactical decision. With nimble agility, the meerkat scales the rough bark of a towering acacia tree. From this elevated outpost, the sentinel commands a sweeping view of the vast, deceptive plains. Every rustle of grass and shadow cast by the sun is meticulously analyzed by watchful eyes. The clan's safety rests on these eyes, letting others extract sustenance from the parched earth. Down on the harsh ground, relentless persistence finally pays off as a hidden treasure is unearthed. It is a leopard tortoise attempting to wait out the dry season in a dormant state. The fortunate meerkat immediately signals the rest of the foraging party to join. Responding to the call, the clan rapidly converges and excavates around the heavy prize. Sensing danger, the tortoise retreats inside its thick shell, transforming into an impenetrable fortress. The meerkats gnaw, scratch, and probe every crevice, seeking a vulnerability that isn't there. Their collective persistence is remarkable, but this evolutionary defense mechanism proves far too formidable. High in the branches of a thorny acacia, a dark chanting goshawk stands over her two hungry chicks. Leaving her vulnerable offspring behind, she takes off into the open sky over the golden savanna. With phenomenal, piercing eyesight, she meticulously scans the sprawling landscape far below. Back at the acacia tree, the sentinel's unwavering vigilance finally spots the incoming raptor. Instantly, a frantic alarm call shatters the stillness as the sentinel scrambles down the tree. The clan abandons their prize and sprints across the sand for their subterranean sanctuary. They dive headfirst into the dark tunnels, vanishing just moments before the raptor strikes. Landing beside the abandoned tortoise, the bird of prey inspects the left-behind bounty. With a sharp beak, the hawk repeatedly strikes the shell, hoping to extract hidden meat. Finding the shell unyielding, the majestic hunter concedes defeat and takes back to the skies. Across the plains, a heavily pregnant female honey badger moves with purpose. Cautiously scratch and probe every crevice, seeking a vulnerability. But this evolutionary defense mechanism proves far too formidable. High in the branches of a thorny acacia, a dark chanting goshawk stands over her two hungry chicks. Leaving her vulnerable offspring behind, she takes off into the open sky over the golden savanna. With phenomenal, piercing eyesight, she meticulously scans the sprawling landscape far below. Back at the acacia tree, the sentinel's unwavering vigilance finally spots the incoming raptor. Instantly,